Hi guys, this is Tracy from My Grandma's Teacups, and I just wanted to share with you my Rainbow project, which is my collaboration project for the Canvas Core Collective. We were working on stuff with a rainbow theme, obviously. It was our first theme, and I created this really cute little wind chime, and I tried to use all things that were readily available and to just show different things that you can do. With the Tattered Angels products. I used the Glimmer Glam, which is the glitter paint, and I used it to paint all of the glass beads, all the different rainbow colors, and they look really cool. I don't know if the video is going to do it justice or not, but it turned out really pretty. And then I used the Tattered Angels spray, the Glimmer Mist, up here in the cloud area where it's all bubbly here, and it's just a really pretty blue sparkly color, and I'm loving it. And the bottles are just like making so much noise. My husband's saying, oh, it's too loud, but it's wind chime, so it's supposed to. So I'm really happy with how it turned out. And look at that, we even have a nice breeze to illustrate how well it's working here. So I'll just go back to the studio and I'll show you how we make this or anything, because we're just going to use them like this. So what we're going to need to do is the packaging that you get with a lot of your supplies that we use has the piece of acetate on it, the clear plastic that has a bit of weight to it. So what I did was I used that and I glued it to the bottom of this ring to kind of form a base that I could use. And so I'm not going to go through the steps of showing you how to do that. I know you all know how to do that. So, but you want to make sure that the acetate is firm enough that it's not going to bend. And then what you're going to do is, so once you have your acetate glued down, you're going to take your small dollar store gems and you're going to start placing them inside the circle until you get it all covered. And once you get it the way you like it, there's going to be some gaps in it. So once you get it all filled in, then what I did was I took some of the craft medley glue from that you can get at the dollar store, and I glued down each gem to the plastic, and then I set it aside and I let it dry. So there's a few steps in here where things have to sit and dry. So I'm just kind of going to go through the steps, and then you can figure out how you're going to time it out as far as letting things dry. But you'll completely cover this with the small dollar store gems, so these little weenie guys. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside. The next thing that I did was I took the larger size of dollar store gems, and it doesn't, some of them, you know, like if you get them at Michael's, then they'll all be perfect, but if you get them at the dollar store, they're kind of rough edges and stuff like that, and some of them are cracked, but it still works perfectly well for this project. So you just make sure that you're using the side that's flat, and you put that up. And then what I was using for my colors were the Tattered Angels Glimmer Glam, and it's a paint, but it's almost like a varnish type paint that has glitter in it. So then I painted over the backs of each one of the stones. Now I did find that when I was working with the lighter colors, the reds and the yellows especially, I had to make several coats. But that's okay because it gives it a lot of dimension. I don't know if you can see the sparkles in it, but the more coats you get, the richer it looks with the sparkles, and the more you can see it on the finished design. You'll find that the greens and the blues only took, I think, 2 coats, and then they were really nice and ready to go. So I used red, orange, yellow, green, and then blue. And I was going to use the purple because obviously that's the end, but I just found that it made the wind chimes too long. Because I wanted to add the bottle, so I just omitted the purple. My daughter was heartbroken because she really wanted me to use the purple, but I just didn't want them to be so extremely long. The cord that I used, I got at the dollar store as well, and it has a kind of a waxy finish, but that'll be good because this project I'm going to be putting outside at my trailer, so I didn't want it to be affected too much by the weather, so this will make it a little bit more water resistant. So you'll need some type of cord. This would work just as well if you used yarn. Yeah, or even lace would be good, but you'll need some type of string. So your gems are going to take a while to dry between coats. So once they're dried, I think it's probably about 8 inches of cord. And all that I did was coat the backs of them with the Multi-Craft Clear glue. If you have another glue that's a favorite of yours, I would use a wet glue just because it'll hold it to the string better. So you just glue them on. Now, this was my original plan, was just to leave it like this, but I found that it wouldn't, the gems wouldn't hit each other when the wind hit them because of the weight all being on one side. So what I ended up doing was going back and taking the smaller gems, these ones, and I didn't bother painting them, and I just glued them on the other side, just like that. And it gave it enough weight that it makes a really nice clinking noise when it's blowing in the wind. So then I ended up with these strings of gems. So when I finished this part, all I did was I made a loop on either end of the string just by folding it over. Easier said than done right now. Like this, forming the loop. And then I took, you know, the Christmas ball ornaments holders that you get at the dollar store, these little pieces of wire. I had a whack of them left over from Christmas, so I thought I would use them up instead of cutting wire for this job because it's a firm enough wire that it holds it nicely. So I just folded it over, and then I put the wire, and I used my wire tweezers, and I just wrapped it tight to hold the loop. And I can't do it without my without my tweezers, but you get the idea anyway. Just to create the loop there. And then I also used these hooks then when I had finished the ring and I had all of the marbles all glued in. I took some of the bigger glass gems and I made a row of 5 of them all along the outside, and then under each one I glued one of these hooks, and I took it and I rolled the end kind of tightly so that it fit underneath, and then I put the gem over top it and I glued it there. And this particular glue, this Craft Medley glue, it needs to sit all day in order for it to dry properly. Sometimes I think that it's stuck, and then I would go ahead and move to the next step, and then it would just all rip apart, and it was just rather frustrating. So really give it time to dry. And then when it's done, you'll just loop your little string onto the edge of it, and it'll hold it, and then you just twist it and finish off the end so that it can't come loose. And then we did the same thing on the other end. And I finished off this one with this side with a loop the same way, and I used the Christmas ornament wire. So I had this nice firm loop. And then I used the little apothecary bottles, and I filled them with gold glitter, and I attached an eye hole from that you use for beading into the cork and secured that to the little ring, and it makes a really nice clinking noise.
Hi, this is Gina from Desperately Seeking Gina, here today with a Canvas Corp Creative Crew collaboration. For the month of May, we're working with a rainbow theme. Hop on over to my channel today to see what I'm doing with my favorite Canvas Corp products.
Hey everyone, Marie here. Thank you so much for watching and joining us on this video hop. If you are interested at all in seeing what I'm going to do with this dirty old paintbrush, head on over to my YouTube channel and hopefully I will see you there.
Hi, this is Chelsea from Paper Octio Studio. I'd like to invite you to come over to my channel where I do mixed media and art journaling and altered tags and other things with paper. And I will show you how I made this canvas using Canvas Corp Brands products. See you there. Bye.